So you basically dobbed her into her parents?
I did.
And she was all right about it?
No, not at first. She hated me. But, like, I knew she would. But then, long term...
Did it work out in the end?
It did.
Ooh, did it? But did it work out?
No. Hey, I'm Theo. I'm going to wave. And I've never had a massage before.
So, like, never? Like, not even when you've been sick?
Never. I've always thought it was, like, one of those things that people did to make them think they feel better.
Not even like a sexy massage from a loved one?
Never.
Really?
Nope.
No one's, like, rubbed your feet, rubbed your back?
Oh, yeah, but I'm always like, you know, sure.
What do you think is going to happen? What's your sort of expectation for the day?
Hopefully, like, this is the best thing ever, and I will have one every week from now on.
For those who don't know you out there in the world, tell us who you are.
I am BlackPanthaa. I play racing games all day. That's it. That's me.
Is that how you introduce yourself to just everybody?
No. I've been doing racing games on YouTube for, like, most of my life, actually, more so than not. So,
wow.
I basically live and breathe YouTube.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Obviously, you do, you know, YouTube, but you are obsessed with cars in real life. You have a couple?
Yes, 9.
No, okay, 9.
9.
Talk us through your children. Can you remember all their names?
No. I'm importing a car from America. That's going to be fun. So that's that one. We've got the Skyline, Evo, Mini, Stagia, Lexus, BMW. Yeah, I'm lost.
Do you think you could put a figure on the amount of money you spent on actual cars, all the cars you have? No. That's all of it?
Yes. Most of my money.
Okay, so we're going to start, the lady's going to turn up to do the massage in a bit. Do you feel, like, nervous about it? Is it sort of...
I won't say nervous, but it's unknown. I'm not sure how I'll feel.
How do you feel now that she's here?
I'm alright. I feel alright.
Hi. Yeah?
Then I will do like a combination. I will try to see, like, if in some areas you feel more tense, I will go like a bit deeper.
Yeah.
In the other areas, just like relaxing. So I'm gonna do like a mixture.
Yeah, that'd be great. So I've set Theo up with some little robe and slippies in the other room. So we'll see when he comes out. Hey, robe and slippies.
Okay, so I will need you to be face down first. Okay. Yes, I will help you to cover with this, but I will have to go and wash my hands quickly before we start.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, I won't film you doing this bit. Bit weird now, isn't it? Bit weird now.
Yep.
Painful?
A little bit.
It's because you have a lot of tension on your shoulders, that's why.
Right, it's gonna get a bit weird. So, to work around me. There we go. So, hey. How's it going?
Good.
Yeah?
Yep.
How are you feeling? Is this weird?
A little bit.
I mean, it is now that I'm under a table filming you. I feel a little bit. Does it feel nice?
It feels like it's doing something.
It feels a bit painful.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, if you've never had a massage, can people store up like a lot of tension if they've never had a massage before?
Definitely, yes.
You got a lot of tension there.
I guess so.
Theo. Okay, so we're gonna try and do some questions now, and we'll see how we go. Who was your first school crush? Come on, you have to remember that.
I remember her name.
Ooh, okay.
Victoria. I don't remember her second name, so she's lucky. She was the only person to speak to me.
Oh, what?
Yeah. I had some issues at school.
I think everyone had some issues at school.
It was a weird school.
How long did you stay friends with her?
Up until I left the school.
And you never saw her again?
Nope, never.
Do you think you'd ever recognise her if you saw her again?
Probably not.
Memorable
Oh, yeah.
crush. It's got to be one of the weirdest ways I think I've filmed anyone so far. First ever airplane ride. Where did you go?
I think probably France.
Yeah.
Something like that. Can't remember exactly, but my dad liked to go to France a lot, so.
Did you enjoy it? Did you like flying?
I remember feeling quite sick, but overall, I thought it was pretty cool because my mum had never been on a plane.
Wow, really?
She still hasn't, and so being on a plane and not being scared was like, yeah, my mum's scared of planes, so I'm not. That's cool.
What was your first car?
Lexus IS 200.
Okay, and wait, how old were you when you got your first car?
21.
And did you buy it yourself, or was it like a...
I bought it myself.
Baller.
I couldn't really, afford a car when I was 18 or 17.
Yeah, same.
So, saved my money up and got a silly car.
And why Lexus? What was it about that one? Wait, what's happening? Things are going on up here. Things are happening. I saw the facial expression change there.
This is the part of the massage that does something.
Ah, okay. See.
Yeah, it does.
So why Lexus? What was it about Lexus that you loved?
My dad was into Lexus. I remember him picking one up with me, and so I've always just kind of been into it, and have been ever since. Still got one.
Yeah, you have. Is it one of your favourites?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Could you actually? Oh, I mean, if you have 9 cars. There's just an elbow getting shot into you. Is it possible to have favourites, or are you not allowed to say?
I do have favourites.
What are your favourites?
The Skyline is probably my favourite, and my Lexus.
Yeah. Are you okay there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
If it's too much, you can say, you know.
Yes, of course you can.
You can just say
Maybe a little bit.
maybe a little bit less pressure there. He's literally like. You can say it's perfectly acceptable to say if it's not the right amount of pressure.
But see, I feel like that's how it's supposed to feel, right?
Well, I'm a bit like that with sports massage, but I don't think that's how everyone else feels at all.
Okay.
Anyway. Who was your first ever best friend at school?
It was more like a group. We were all the geeky kids at school, and I'm still friends with, well, all of them, but speak to one of them, and one of them's moving near me soon, so that's fun.
Moving near you?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Where were they?
They live in the village of Silverstone.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool to go see them, but they're moving closer now, which is pretty cool.
You know what I noticed the other day? I was actually near Silverstone the other day. It's right next to a town called Dadford, which I thought was really appropriate.
Yep.
Where do you live? Dadford.
Dadford.
Okay, first ever racing game you ever played?
Most memorable, I would say, is Need for Speed Underground.
Yeah. Stuff's happening upstairs. Need for Speed Underground, yeah.
That was the most memorable. I got lent it because we only just got a PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
And a neighbour gave us a bunch of games to try.
Yeah. You could definitely ask for less if this is too much. Don't.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not even using one this time, so.
But obviously, you loved it so much because that was mainly what your channel was about to start with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So ever since I've been mildly obsessed.
Who was your first ever girlfriend? What age were you when you had a first little proper little thing?
First proper girlfriend.
Yeah.
Kind of. It's probably 11, 12.
Yeah.
I'd say proper, but
yeah.
You know what I mean.
When you call it that.
Whenever, probably around then, I'd say. Yeah, there was girls that I was you could say, in primary school, one day they were your girlfriend and then everyone forgets.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But that was probably the age for my first, longer than a couple of days girlfriend.
Oh, how long did it last?
To be fair, it was a few months.
Ooh, that's some serious numbers for that age.
Yeah.
First ever press trip you ever went on?
It was for Need for Speed
Of course.
2015.
Yeah.
They were doing a reboot, and I sent an angry letter saying how bad the game was before for the last few.
Yeah.
And they thought, oh, let's invite him
Yeah.
because we want to show him that we're kind of fixing those issues.
Yeah.
And that was the first thing I went on.
And where did you go?
It was in to the studio, which was in Gothenburg,
Yeah.
and I'd never left the country alone. I was terrified.
Oh, wait, how old were you then?
What was that? Gosh, probably 21.
Okay.
2021, I think. Yeah, I'd never left the country alone.
What was the first ever career you wanted to do?
I wanted to program games.
Oh, okay. So you're always like super keen.
Oh yeah. It's kind of what I did into college as well. But then I thought, I made videos beforehand.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can make money from this, like me. And so I just play them instead now.
What was the first ever job you actually had, or was it always YouTube?
So the first bit of money I made technically was YouTube, but it was never enough to like live on. So I did like IT services.
Yeah.
Kind of went around with a guy. It was an apprenticeship, and helped fix printers and.
What's happening up there? What's going on? Move to another side now.
I think. Well, yes, I'm going to move to the arms, but I'm going to start with this one.
Okay. How are you holding up?
Good.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is all right. This is good little.
This was the worst part.
The first bit. We got the worst part over.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So this is
Now
all.
on, it's not going to be that painful.
Okay.
Maybe on the legs, but not.
Well, so maybe it will be, but it won't be. What was the first ever haircut you regretted? Did you ever have a really bad haircut?
I think most haircuts I have I regret.
When you first started your main YouTube channel, what year did you start it?
So this channel was 2012. No, 2011. The intent was not to do what I'm doing now. Never is, but
Nope.
it turned out for the best.
Yeah. And what was the first video you uploaded to there?
It was me cycling around the GTA San Andreas map on a push bike.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how well did that do?
Oh, horrendously.
Yeah.
But we managed to get subscribers, and
There you go.
yeah, and I make a living from it, so it must have
Done
been
all right.
an okay
Done
idea.
all right. When you got your first 1,000, was it like a moment?
Oh yeah, there was actually I think it was it the first 1,000 or first 100? I think it may have been the first 100. It was a group channel at the time.
Yeah.
It was me and two friends, and we all went on did a live stream in like suits and ties
Bless
to
you.
say thank you to people.
Oh, I love it. What did you do for a meal though? You must have done something for a meal.
I bought a Vauxhall Corsa.
That's not what you. What? That's how you celebrate?
They made me do it.
What? You asked your audience. What
They made
to
me do it, and so we've been sticking eBay like mods onto a Corsa.
How's that going? Can you make a Corsa better? I'm not sure there's anything you can do to make it better.
No.
So my first ever car was a Corsa. It was it was a diesel Corsa.
Oh, no.
Oh my god! Like, why? How can you make it worse? First time you ever Googled yourself?
Done it a lot. The first time I remember doing it once I'd had a channel.
Yeah.
I think I came up on like famous birthdays, and that was about it.
God, famous birthdays works hard, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
it's
do, they
all
really-
nonsense, but whatever the algorithm is working hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did what? I think my first one was like Wiki Feet.
Yeah,
Everyone's
I'm
on
not
anyone who's on Wiki Feet.
I'm thankfully not on there yet. At least I don't think I am.
Have you checked? I feel like you should check. I bet you are. Everybody is.
Probably not. I don't think I've ever shown my feet.
There you go. That's the additional bonus content for today. Tell me about one of the first times you remember like setting out a goal and completing it. Can you think about
It's
it?
probably buying the Skyline. That was like a goal that I kind of worked hard towards. Balancing like, you know, not going out as much and stuff.
How long did it take you to save up for it?
When I put my head to it, it's like a couple of years.
Okay.
The prices went up as I
You're
say,
doing it. You're like,
really
hurry
annoying.
up. Yeah.
But when I did that, it was weird because you'd expect to like, oh, I completed a goal, like you're gonna feel amazing. I did, and it was a bit like, okay, what's next now? It was a weird one.
Yeah, it's strange. I think that, I don't know, especially, I think maybe if it's when you buy something, I think the idea of buying something versus the reality of owning it versus like doing like a life goal where you're like, oh, I'm going to go and do this thing, like, you know, if you like really challenge yourself to do something. Okay, well, what was the first time you really challenged yourself, you know, personally to do something like an achievement or something, and you did it? Can you think of anything? Like, you know, I'm going to do something that I'm terrified, and then I'm going to do it.
I do remember that one time that I accidentally went on a roller coaster.
Wait a minute, how do you accidentally... You know there's like a queue, what did you think you were queuing for?
I didn't think it would be that fast. It was also I think it was at a water park.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you know, if it's... Only the water park stuff would be, like the water rides would be the scary ones, which I went on one of those.
Yeah.
I got like air in the middle of the ride and it was kind of scary.
Yeah, because this is the weird thing, you don't like fast things particularly, which seems odd for someone who's into cars.
It kind of terrifies me.
That's mad.
If I'm not in control of it, probably is more so the thing.
Okay.
But it's
so
on
if you
a
could
rail.
drive the roller coaster, you'd probably feel better about it. No.
Weirdly, I think so.
When was the first time you can remember you regretted saying yes to something? I mean, apart from now.
No.
It's like, yeah.
Probably loaning money to people.
Oh, that's always a killer.
Yeah. And then I'm not like the type to want to always ask for it back because I don't want to be a pest, whatever. But
it's your money.
I know. That's probably honestly one of the only things I can think of.
Do you still lend people money?
Yes.
What are you doing? Why?
Not as much.
Oh, just smaller amounts.
Smaller amounts.
Does that mean you got a load of money on the street that you're yet to collect?
Yes.
Oh wow! You need to get like an enforcer.
Can't pay. We'll take it away. Get one of those guys.
It's sort of giving you like a little hood. Little hood there. First time you were in love?
Probably the time that I emailed
I'm loving where this is going.
I emailed a girl's dad.
What?
Okay, listen.
Okay, I'm listening.
I've spoken to her like a lot, kind of both into each other a little bit.
Yeah.
I emailed her dad when she was going to do something that she shouldn't have been doing.
Okay.
That was the only way I could contact her parents, and so I emailed her dad. She got into trouble, but she thanked me for it later.
So you basically dobbed her into her parents?
I did.
And she was all right about it?
No, not at first. She hated me, but like I knew she would. But then, long term,
did it work out in the end?
it did.
Ooh, did it? But did it work out?
No.
Oh, not that kind of did.
No.
What was the first time you had your heart broken? Was it that?
Probably that, because the initial reaction was
less than great.
Less than great, yeah.
How did you meet your wife? Because your wife's from the States, right?
Yes, we met at Gamescom.
Oh, wow, okay.
So her brother also does YouTube, and we ended up kind of in the same sort of like area. And, kept speaking like after Gamescom. And yeah, became what it is now.
So she's moved from the States to here?
Yeah, so she's on like a what's it called?
Like a
visa.
Yeah, but you're married though, right?
Yeah, so she's on a visa for that.
Yeah.
In the next like couple of years, she'll be able to do her like citizenship exam, which I've looked at some of it, and honestly, we wouldn't know.
No, absolutely not.
It's just horrible. So good luck to her for that.
Supportive. It's really supportive. Okay, when was the first time you ate something and then immediately regretted eating it?
Elk.
You ate elk? Oh, what does that taste like?
It's just really chewy. Like, I'm pretty picky with food. Like,
yeah.
I'm very picky with food. I usually go for what I know.
Yeah.
And nothing else. And so when they take you to these restaurants and stuff abroad, you know, they're usually like...
Was this on a press trip?
Yeah.
It's always on a press trip.
Always. And they just kind of bring out the weirdest stuff. And it was just... And it's like you can't spit it out. Because...
Everyone's
there. And I'm just chewing it's like really just chewy.
And also when it's really chewy then, you know if you haven't chewed it properly and you go and swallow it, you're 100% choking.
Yeah. So I kind of stuck with that one.
It's like chewing gum.
Yes. I didn't eat much of that.
No, I bet not. It's always... Oh, what's the weirdest press trip you've ever been on?
They've all been pretty good. Like, pretty cool.
Alright, funnest best one.
The coolest one we went to was with the Crew 2's launch, I think. It was at the Red Bull Ring.
Oh yeah, familiar.
It was pretty mental. We did a bunch of the stuff around like off-roading and like Went into like Land Rovers and basically went down like big steep hills and whatnot without being on the brakes, and that was kind of like
brakes are for losers anyway.
And then the one thing that we actually got invited to do, which we didn't do because it sounds horrendous, we saw it happen with other people. And there was this like, I think there's like 5 in the world helicopter stunt pilots.
Okay, this instantly sounds like a terrible idea, but okay.
And so I was like, no, we'll just watch other people do it.
Yeah.
The helicopters were flipping like in the air, and it was
no.
I'm glad I didn't do it, but it was cool to see. Yeah.
Hi. Do you need to turn over? All right. You don't have any like desire? Obviously, there are certain YouTubers who kind of like sort of car kind of gaming stuff, whatever, but have now kind of moved into the real world and kind of decided to do like bits of racing and other stuff like that. Do you have any desire to do that?
No. I like my bedroom. I say bedroom. I have an office. Like I don't just work at the end of my bedroom, but I kind of like playing games, and I'm also terrible. Like I've been karting a few times. I've done some track day stuff.
How do you fare when you actually get in a car?
Terrible. Terrible. I'm just completely out of my element, and it's not me. I get motion sick easily for one.
Oh shit! Right. Okay.
When I'm driving, not so much, but it's different when it's like on a track for some reason. Like, so how tense am I?
From a scale from 1 to 10, you're like 8.
Okay.
On the shoulders.
An 8 tense.
I can understand why.
Try not to stay in cold places or like not under AC, especially with the areas that you feel that you build up tension.
That's literally you all the time.
That's the first thing I installed. I'm so glad I bought a house because I could install AC. That's the
there you
first
go.
thing I did.
There you go. So basically you're doing all the wrong things.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes,
no
always.
stretching, staying in the AC. So.
Sitting in a chair all day.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel good.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's
I mean, to be fair, it's kind of a weird way to be massaged, just be asked a bunch of deeply personal questions at the same time.
Yes. It's like a full, like, full release.
It's done.
It's done.
How does it feel? Oh.
It feels like I feel less tense,
Okay.
which is good, and I feel relaxed.
Yay!
Good.
Are you? Do you think you're a massage convert now? What do you think?
Maybe.
Do you have a bucket list? Is there anything that you haven't done that you'd like to do?
Honestly, no. I'm a really boring person.
Really?
I am actually a boring person. I just want a nice country house where I can go and look at my cars in a commercial unit that I've built on my land.
So basically, you've won at life because that's you now.
Almost. We'll get there.
Couple more cars.
Yeah.
As this was your first time doing something, has this inspired you to potentially try something else that you haven't done before? No.
No.
So people who don't understand a Nissan Skyline, like, why is every car person ever obsessed with that? Everybody's obsessed with it.
Different reasons.
Yeah.
I would say for me the biggest one was Need for Speed and Fast and Furious. They both had it. They both kind of played off each other a little bit, and also Gran Turismo. So it's just kind of a halo car. More so recently, it's probably a Lamborghini Huracan for most people, or the newer GTR. That they're kind of like YouTuber cars, but they're so good that you just kind of can't complain.